I'm here in Hawaii, and this is November 15th, Friday. At least I know it's Friday. I spent my Friday with the family, so I kept it low-key, couldn't say much. There's a lot of yelling and screaming in the background and all kinds of Asian things going on, and it's just very typical. It is what it is. Anyways, I'm just trying to appreciate the time that I have. And so we went all around. We had our food. We eat a lot. When you're with everyone, you can't really do what you really want to do because your family's around and all that stuff. And you know, then there's me keeping everything low key. So I would just like to say, complacency travels with you off the plane, on the plane, wherever you go. And this whole bucket list thing, this whole YOLO thing, are you Epicurious? You know, do you just seek out pleasure and avoid pain, or do you like and stay in your comfort zone? You know, or do you practice? You practice the virtues, being a good person. You know, doing the right thing. I'm on vacation. I don't want to care about those kinds of things. In fact, I saw 2 adult clubs coming back from the eatery, Pier 38 or whatever it was, near Costco, and there must be a ton of them. You know, the level of degeneracy that is out there, and complacency. You have 2 opposite ends of the extreme in human nature. Do you seek out pleasure, or do you seek out meaningful purpose in life, even on your vacation? And like I said, the complacency travels with you. So what are you supposed to be really doing? You know, I don't know. I'm just trying to get whatever I can get. Whatever it is I can get. Check mark. Whatever it is I can get. Hashtag. You know. There's no boyfriend and girlfriend storyline or agenda here. It's just me and my family. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh yeah, this is the Hollywood lifestyle. This is what it is. So back to reality here. So I'm holding on to dear life to this camera. So this is where Chad lives, in the Ritz-Carlton next door. $1 million property, whatever, and I can creep Chad using my zoom button in his private gym. So that's the ideal life, and I'm just the guy creeping him, and his wife over there. Happy wife, happy life. And his Tony Stark place, his Avengers Tower. But that's not you. You know, let's go more towards you. You're probably living in that tutti-frutti 1-bedroom, you know, place. Call it a condo, call it an apartment, you know, whatever you want to call it. If you worked hard your whole life, you'll have something, a 1-bedroom place anywhere in the world, and that's all you'll have. And you have to protect it with your dear life. People are vicious. You don't have all the time in the world, and people want your resources. There's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of grifters, there's a lot of thieves, there's a lot of homeless people. You know, just gets worse and worse. So again, you know, you have to be willing to work and put in the time and the effort to get you where Chad is. Or if you don't really care about being Chad, or you are not the visionary, you just blatantly a whatever person, you could end up forgoing the pink tutu house and just end up in a crack house like there, which is right across, which I've stated before many times over. You know, it's less than a minute away, just a few steps away. You're gonna go from Chad to some dusty ass, you know, mother trucker next door in a crack house, and it's there. I'm not, you know, the wrong side of the tracks is just one street over. You know, just one homeless person, one homeless villa after the next. I mean, that's just life, you know. You know, I can't save everyone. I can't barely even save myself, and I'm pretty smart. It's not smart enough. You know, I don't know. I don't even know if I would qualify. You need to be making at least 6 figures for the past 10 years. So I'm just hitting the 6-figure mark at the age of 37 and 40 over here. So I may not even be enough, you know. And time just flies by so fast when you're just grinding and making money, and you know, the years just go by, and it's just like, what the hell happened? You know. And you just have to hold on for dear life with all your pennies and stuff, and you still may just end up in some crack house. You know, it may literally end up in some crack house. Even if you were hardworking, you did all the work, you know, you had to work at Target or Starbucks or Walgreens, Walmart, and all this shithole. American industrialized, you know, shitholes. McDonald's, you still live like some homeless guy. I mean, probably happens more often than not. And to be Chad, you would have to be a lawyer, doctor, you know, NFL, NBA, something. You know, somebody. But it's not easy, and even if you do have the money, there's someone who's still going to knife you, compete with you. I remember, still people do this. They still have bidding wars, and they have $100,000 reserved just for the next bidder, the buyer in the New Jersey housing market. And you have to be prepared. Maybe $500,000 may not even be enough. You need $600,000. You need $700,000. However you get it, you know, life isn't fair. You could have inherited the money, you could have stabbed somebody, you could have killed someone, stole crack cocaine and resold it on the streets. You know, you could have been involved in sex work. I don't know, whatever the hell, you know. Cash is king. So, you know, the hard reality for people is you're not Chad. You know, this isn't Forever 21. You know, people get older, they get fatter, they get lazier, they become complacent, they get stuck in their comfort zones. And you have to fight like all hell to get to live in someplace nice. And the fine line of it is you could either be balling like Chad or you live in a crack house. Again, like I told you, I just summarized most of people's lives. They could be working at Target, Starbucks, McDonald's down the street, and they could be doing that for the past 10 years. And you would still be living in the same motherfucking crack house. You know, you could be the same creepy guy looking at girls and stuff. all you do is look at girls all day and shit. Watch porno, play video games, engage in instant gratification shit. You know, creeping people out on a balcony with your Speedo on. Oh wow. Look at that, there's all these boxes and stuff in that crack house and stuff. You definitely know that shit's a crack house. But that's the reality, that's the reality. You ain't living with Chad. You ain't living in that building. Again, you could be working 10, 20 years. You know, if you don't become a lawyer, doctor, whatever Karen or your Indian Karen parents told you, she was right, you know. You have to be a lawyer or doctor because she didn't want you to, maybe secretly she didn't want you to live in no crack house, you know. You have to see it to believe it, you know. Well, that's the kind of shit you have to go through to be from a Jeffrey, a Timmy, to Chad, to a Tyrone. And it's not nice. It's not nice. You know, I can see from here, there are obviously like white people in there, and everyone else is pretty much fucked, you know. This is how it is. You know, Israel versus Palestine. You know, if you're Palestinian, it's just like, damn, you know. So, what can I do? What can I do to help? I don't even want to do it, okay? I don't even want to go back to school. I could be making twice the amount of money I can if I go back to school for a year and forget about working. Or I could work 40 hours a week and go back to school, you know, to make about $65 an hour or $72 an hour, even up to $100 an hour in California out there somewhere. But I didn't want to do it, you know. At the age of 39 or 40, it's about delayed gratification. You know, it's always about sacrificing for the now, for the future. Or I could just work the whole year and just save up $100,000 in cash and just, you know, walk the earth with $100,000 in cash and spending money, and just rent out hotels and, you know, Airbnbs and whatever, and be a digital nomad and be a YouTube vlogger or whatever. I don't know. You know, next time I start collecting unemployment money, I may just go back to school for radiation therapy to treat cancer patients. I just see there's like no way out of the matrix, and I'll just upgrade myself within the matrix. And, you know, people are gonna get cancer, they get older and stuff. And human longevity, you know, they don't have to be athletes or anyone special, they just get older, you know, everyone gets older, whatever. And that's where I see the future. And, you know, just age gracefully. And there's some guy doing your radiation therapy. You know, you just go to the clinic. They have like these Medi Expresses now just for radiation therapy treatment. And I'll just be one of the technicians there, do the dirty work, and that's it. And work 8 hours, 9 to 5, Monday to Fridays, and I'll get the weekends off, and that's it. And again, the same problems arise, you know. Do you want to live in a nice place like with Chad? You know, with all the magical white people, or do you want to live in some crack house with Jose and Tyrone and Jerome and Yamal? More than likely you don't. In 2019 I was here, so, you know, I got 5 more years until it's 10 years later. You know, and maybe, like I said, that may not even be enough to have enough money to just blatantly buy a nice 1-bedroom apartment. And if I did, it would still look kind of like mediocre, like one of those buildings. It's got rust on it, it's got some solar ghetto panels on it, or it may look like a dingery, like motel shit. It's just like, but that's it, you know? That's it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most people don't live like Chad. They don't live in no Ritz-Carlton. The same problems arise. I know I'm just regurgitating stuff over and over again, but that's the truth, you know? Everyone thinks they're gonna have that Hollywood sunset and living in the villa. No, no, no. You won't have that kind of money, even if you did work hard and did work 16 hours a day, every day for 365 days a year. You would still be living in some Bates Motel looking shit. You know? And rich people, they die living in these things, you know? Mediocre ass places. They don't spend the money. Even if they did have the money, they don't spend the money. Again, with the longevity thing and the cancer thing, you know, I've seen it myself. They just die of cancer, you know, old age. Not even old age, they just blatantly die of cancer. And it's just like, where that money goes, someone else inherited it, family may have inherited it, the spouse, you know, inherited it, the children may have inherited it, you know. Again, you'll have the same problems, you know, you have to find somewhere a roof over your head. You know, you can't be living with anyone else in your family because there's too much yelling and screaming, you know, rinse and repeat. Oh. Well, that's life, you know. What do I really want to do? You know, instant gratification, you know. I read some of the reviews for these adult entertainment places, and it's just like, it's just not for me. You know, they like chunky monkeys with nice, large, juicy behinduses, buttocks. That's not really my thing. I'm more into European, Anglophile, you know. The kinds of girls are here are probably not what I have in mind, you know. They just aren't, you know. Maybe 1 out of 10, but it's probably not what I expect. Darker skinned women, you know, round, just not my thing. Sometimes I, as a child, always wished that my efforts in school would pay off someday. Like I said before, life isn't fair. You gotta work your whole life, and you could just die of cancer. You know, life isn't fair. You could have just been born to be a beautiful woman when Chad marries you. You know, it's just, life isn't fair. Or maybe you're just born Doogie Howser. I don't know. But as for me, I can only do what I can do. Work more hours, work overtime. Just become a workaholic. And I'll probably be happy just living in a mediocre place. You know, I'll probably be put into this hell-bent situation where, you know, it's post-apocalyptic COVID or whatever, and, you know, housing is $500,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment. And I'll be happy living in some pink tutu house because it's just that desperate and dire out there. So my battery's dying, so whatever I said, I had to say. And that was it, and I went about and enjoyed the rest of my time in Hawaii. I still have 1 full week left, so it's Friday. I still have the complete whole 7 days. We leave as next Saturday, so thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you next time. Peace out. Be safe out there.